Hello everyone, Shadowbash here, back with another Fallout 4. Hope you guys are having a good day. Thank you very much for coming to join me on this lovely Friday morning. Anyway, as you remember in the last episode, we got all the parts and that ready to decode the course chip, and we also got the parts for the transmitter. So, what I plan to do in this episode is to head in. I plan on going to the Institute today, so we'll do this as another intro, and we will get this show on the road. So, I'm going to try and split this into two parts, so do it no more than half an hour each one. So, first part will be, if you guys have played the game before, you'll know exactly what's about to happen. If you haven't played the game before, I don't want to spoil too much, but we are now going to start heading towards the Institute. So, we are going to talk to Nick.
Hey, I'm listening.
Hey, Valentine.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Ask away.
Ask away.
It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Huh. You're a tougher nut than I thought. Tougher than I was. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point. Folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd known for an evening. Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing, just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero, offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested, said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
Was it hard settling in?
Yeah, they sure didn't make it easy. I started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. I got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so happy to do it, it was months before I started charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the synth. But it was Nick the detective folks came to see. It was about then that things finally started feeling normal. It took me a long time to realize that home is where you make it.
I couldn't agree
time
more.
and effort, this place can be home for you, too. That's a long story, but I hope it helps. Want to get moving?
Right. Now that we've spoken to Nick, we are going to leave him behind.
I'm all ears.
Nick,
What do you need?
We are going to...
I think it's about time we called it quits.
Sure. Suppose I'll head on home then.
Let's leave him at Sanctuary Hills for now. Right, so let's talk to Sturgis and get this show on the road.
Hey, Sturgis.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens.
Right, let's go on to the interceptor.
Getting cold feet? I don't blame you. Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
We're off. Oh, hello. We got a level up out of that as well, look. Oh, blimey. Level and a half out of that, near enough. Right, so let's see what we got. Can't even remember what I got given. Let's have a look, see what it was. Insert network scanner holotape into the terminal. Network scanner. Initiate the scan. Give holotape to Sturgis. Right, so now that we've done that, eject. Right, so now, assuming we have to, what's the level up that we could use? Oh no, we were going down for agility, weren't we, originally? Yeah, because gun through is one of the ones that we need, so let's chuck one more into agility.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
I am indeed.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean.
Father, what's going
It's
on?
me.
What's happening?
I'm your dad. Yes.
What's going on?
It's me.
Father?
Your dad.
Father!
I'm here, Sean.
I don't know you.
It'll be okay,
Go away.
Sean. I'm
Father!
here now.
Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Sean, please. Calm down. I'll get you out of there.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus.
Huh.
Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute, just as you mean to your son, to Sean.
God. All we're missing are the teacups and the white rabbit.
Ah, levity. Excellent. A sure sign that you adapt quickly to stressful environments. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been... It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality, and here I am. Raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you. Kidnapped you. Wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Wow. Okay, that was a lot to take in.
Sean. It's really you.
It really is. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Let's go with your mother.
My mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
I think I've heard enough for now.
Very well. The Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Maybe. I don't know. This is so much to take in.
I know. And I am sorry. You have been through so much in such a short time. The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
Your institute has done some horrible things.
Yes, well, the world is not what it used to be. What about the people you've aided in order to get here? What atrocities have they committed? The Brotherhood of Steel. They believe they're the only ones fit to control technology and destroy anyone who opposes them. And you would side with them. None have any true claim to nobility in this world. Those days are gone. But we are not the monsters we have been cast at. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
Not sure.
Sure you want this?
Yes, I am. It would benefit us both to work together.
I just don't know.
Just give it time. Give the Institute a chance. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ao in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Right then, so we now have to go and meet the division leaders. Let's just take a walk around for the time being. Let me close the doors. So, let's head on downstairs.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
Daddy says your father.
I can't argue with that.
But
Even
he
so,
looks so much
I'm ready to
older
see
than
the
you.
full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set.
All
Unit,
right,
you
then.
can return to duty.
This working?
Thanks again.
Of course.
I love how that's a DNA. I've only just noticed it, but that's a DNA strand right down the middle. Right then. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave it there. We have made our way into the Institute,
It's
and
an
I
honor
do
to
not
have you
want to
here,
start
sir.
doing the section heads just
When are you
yet.
going to tell me about this
Um,
mysterious Phase 3?
Do that in
No,
a
I
different
can't talk
episode, I
about
think, because that could take a little longer. But yeah, so we have made it inside the Institute, so that is, we will just save it there. So yeah, we have now made it into the Institute, and we need to speak to the division heads, but we will do that in the next episode. So yeah, right, meet division heads, division leaders. Show a map. Yep, well, there we are. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to leave it there for the third time. So, I'd like to thank you for joining me on today's episode. We will continue on the next episode of doing the division heads, and hopefully by that point we should be near enough to the point where we come out of the Institute. So again, I'll do this into parts. I'm not sure how many parts this will take. It's probably take a couple of episodes to roll on through, but I'm trying to make these episodes short and sweet so it gets you guys glued in a lot more and you're not wasting so much time. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, please leave it a like. All the likes help towards the channel, and if you did like it and you're new to the channel, why not consider subscribing? There is a Fallout 4 episode loaded up every Friday, so you will be notified. If you click that bell, you will be notified when I'm uploading a video next. So, thank you very much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye for now.